get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Seattle Seahawks. Here's Steven Gostkowski now to kick this one off. And off we go from Seattle. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Back to throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jaron Reed breaking through to get him for a loss of 7.
So what's the word I'm looking for here about how this drive just started?
Disjointed?
I'll go with that one. I mean, think about it. First down, took a bad loss on a running play. Take the sack on second down. Now they got to come up with something big here on third.
On play action, they'll throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. That's pulled in at the 32. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. The Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing on first down. Parrish steps away to his left. That's complete to Darboh. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter one of the new year. We'll be back. Looking to throw on second down. Parrish. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
On first down, Parrish fighting through pressure, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Noah Spence in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. To throw on second down, Parrish looking for the end zone. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead. And partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Gostkowski now out to kick it away. And
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and that'll bring up second down.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Line of scrimmage. Again, the 25. 2nd and 10.
Here we go now. Boom.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty.
Good.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. They'll drop to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Set. 3-19.
He'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll set up a throw. Out to the left here to Reed. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now back to throw. And his throw here is incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. They'll look to throw here. And incomplete, almost intercepted. Had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. And now 4th down. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So a bit of a weird kick there. That wasn't an overly long attempt, but that never had a chance.
You almost wonder if he might have maybe got that one on the laces because it kind of knuckled on him a bit. And this one winds up in empty possession.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They go play action here on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Looking long for Thomas. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas, 34 yards. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, and it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Here we go now.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Lucky 56.
On 1st and 10, Parrish flushed out right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play call, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy is disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a second guy to him to try and keep him away from their plays.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
Detroit!
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Going for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll bring up fourth down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Leopard!
To throw again. Parrish. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And they'll get him down right around the 11-yard line. Call it a gain of 3. And it'll be third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
He may try and run for this. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And from down in Miami, an update. That one now a 2-touchdown advantage for the Panthers. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
Let's go! 3-19!
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll set up to throw. And now another one thrown incomplete. I don't know, he had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
No, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
The mental focus.
Yeah, that's true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Throwing on first down.
Parrish. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. On 1st down, Parrish. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. They pitch it out to Cook. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11.
Here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
He'll look to throw. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Michael Brockers with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. And Lutz's kick is good. And, Charles, when you start talking about NFL kickers that have hit from 62 or further, it's a pretty short list, isn't it?
That it is, but how about the trust by a head coach to even let your kicker try from that range? That's really showing a lot of faith that he can get the job done.
Yeah, faith and guts. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
Off the play fake. Parrish flush to it, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Cameron Jordan never giving up. He's able to keep working and get him for a loss of 12. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Off play action. Parrish buying time to his left. And out. They've got his man complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. The point after try for Gostkowski. Extra point good by Gostkowski. And the lead is now 14-10. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Now a play fake here on first down. And this will be incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now after the offsides penalty. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And his throw is incomplete. Cameron Meredith, the intended target. 3rd down here.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter. A lot of time to change things.
Detroit! Detroit!
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
First down, here's the run with Cook. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Two minutes to go here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, here we go. 3-19! 3-19!
Looking to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
They'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. He'll drop to throw. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard.
They're going to look to throw. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did. And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they'll throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
On 1st and 10, Parrish escaping the pressure right. Looking sideline, incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Throwing again, Parrish. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Let's go. What? 90. What? 90.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. What? 90. What? 90.
Now a toss play. It's Breida. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves crease.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to let this or fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
They'll start on the ground with Breida. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. This will be fielded at the 6. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Out of the gun, Dobbs. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a big play on third down for the Seahawks. 41 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
On 2nd down, Dobbs. Flush to his right. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. In for the score. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Gostkowski the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I I think, have running back in their background.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Michael Brockers in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on third down following 2 negative plays. They'll set up a throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Seahawks. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and it's a second down. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Dobbs now on 2nd down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Dobbs now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. From the shotgun, here's Dobbs. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Completes this one to Meredith. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Back to throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. And the quick slant gets exactly 10, and by the nose of the football, they've got a 1st down. They'll look to throw here. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, You see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. They'll try and sneak it here. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines his feet up behind center. He's going to try and sneak it in. And they catch him here and stop him for no gain.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Frank Clark able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss. The Seattle defense, they haven't broken yet. Coming up here on a 3rd and goal situation. Now back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield, trying to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call.
Let's round! Let's round!
They go play action here on 1st down. Being chased out left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep. He's got him in. Complete. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. It's a big play there for Seattle. 43 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. They run with Breida, and they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Here's Dobbs to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
But it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down. Well, interceptions have been a problem in this one. If he could have gotten his feet down here, it would have been another.
Would have been a huge one. They've had a great game taking the ball away. Thought they had another one, just unable to get those cleats in bounds.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And this one completes a read. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. That first down completion only netted them 3. 2nd and 7. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throw left side, taken in by Meredith. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. They'll look to throw here on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll be a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Pressure comes, he's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Frank Clark in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Under 4 to play now. Clock running, 3rd down. Looking to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 39. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Now Dobbs out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust?
And Dobbs is going to be swallowed up as he'll go down. Trey Hendrickson. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Saints will get the football at their 20. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, He was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put them on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. He's going to look deep down the field. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 56 yards. And the Saints move back within a couple of the lead. A big spot now for the Saints as they'll indeed go for two. Back to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And he's going to be sacked. They came after him. He couldn't get away. And this remains a two-point game. Lutz now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They have the football. They're looking good, but the lead is just 2. So any mistake in a field goal can beat you. They got to be careful.
And that's where it gets difficult because you don't want that to leak into your thinking. You want to play like, hey, we've got the advantage. We can close this out. Don't play from fear, and they can win this game.
See if they can play fear-free and hang on. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
That one looks like he'll throw here. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. So erase the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last forever.
A long time.
No doubt.
Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Ohio!
On play action, it's Dobbs. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Fielded just inside the 30. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Blue landing.
Back to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Handoff comes to Cook. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They run it again with Cook. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. And they get the timeout called here. It comes with 1 second remaining on the clock. So it all rests now on the right leg of Will Lutz. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So it all rests now on the right leg of Will Lutz. The clock showing just 1 tick. This for the win. And this isn't going to get there. It's no good. Didn't get enough leg on it. Not what you'd expect from an NFL kicker. And it's going to be the final act of this ball game. And partner, this first week